It was something rather special, a final of a Players' Championship in 2018. Chris Dobey averaged 110.
180.
But he only managed to win a couple of legs. I'm Chris Murphy. Paul Nicholson joins me, and it started in a similar way to that
100.
final did, Paul.
Yeah, just a bit. And I think that final has been referenced a lot. Sometimes you don't have to average gargantuan figures
95.
to get the title in the final, but sometimes you can put those figures in and not get the title or anywhere close to it, and that's exactly what Dobey had that day.
134.
He's had a few finals to get that first title, but we've just been talking in the back room, haven't we, about maybe Ryan Joyce winning yesterday
95.
has just given Chris Dobey that extra kick towards that first title that he desperately craves.
140.
Yeah, perhaps inspired by his Geordie pal. Tops, too high. Excellent
99.
recovery shots.
Treble 19 for Bull. Doesn't go.
99.
That last dart that Dobey threw has set up the opportunity for 3 darts at 32.
Game shot.
This is a very hot start from the Northumbrian. And he is inching his way up the list in the match play race.
100.
He's not close as it stands. He still needs, in my opinion, somewhere like £10,000 more than he already has. But he still has 2 tournaments
140.
plus this today. So he has to make use of this situation, and he still has to have a hot weekend.
140.
Yes, would have to win the tournament today to move into the provisional spots. The biggest mover is Stephen Bunting, who is in action now over on Stream 2 with Dan against Sousa in the quarterfinals. The winner of this match, incidentally, will take on the winner of the game involving
57.
Peter Wright and Jeff Smith. The other quarterfinal just warming up between Daryl Gurney and Ian White.
So what you're saying, Chris, is it could be a blockbuster semi-final between Chris Dobey and Jeff Smith?
Well, it could be. It has the potential to be a
140.
grandstand finish to the afternoon's play.
If Van Gerwen misses as much as 1 dart at a double in
40.
legs like this, it's where Dobey has to pounce. He's not going to get many better chances.
Yeah, and he's not there to punish him if he misses here.
Game shot.
But he doesn't miss. And Dobey actually will, in a strange way, be slightly relieved having only scored 40 in the previous visit.
140.
But Van Gerwen does like to be the chaser sometimes, doesn't he? We've already referenced that European Championship final against Anderson where he needed the last 3 legs
180.
to win the title. He also needed the last 3 legs to win the title on Wednesday. And he is the hunter in this game because
45.
Dobey is throwing first in the odd legs. And the longer it goes on with throw, Michael may
100.
position himself to possibly get that break later in the match.
Yeah, I think most players are good front runners, aren't they? But the best in the world are good from behind as well.
180.
We saw Gerwin Price turn a match around against Ryan Searle earlier today. Peter Wright is going to have to come from behind. He's already 2-0 down
100.
against Jeff Smith in his quarter-final.
We've talked at length about what Dobey can do. But what he's done
96.
so far on throw in this match is incredibly encouraging. Leaving doubles after 12, he's forcing Van Gerwen to hit the ball
96.
and to hit 12 darters.
MVG could not produce the Hollywood finish against Hollywood.
$30.
But Dobey has not made the most of the opportunity that they allowed him. And Van Gerwen will surely punish
Game
on
shot.
double 8 and does, and gets the first break of this quarter-final.
It's like playing level 10 on the computer. Unfortunately, if you do make a mistake, you are going to pay the price.
96.
When you're playing the best in the world, You had many meetings with Phil Taylor, and you've missed an opportunity like that. What's the internal dialogue like in order to not let that continue in your mind for the rest of the game, thinking that was my chance?
It's almost easier because with people like MVG, like Barneveld, like Taylor, you think you've missed your chance, they're not going to miss, and predominantly they didn't. So you then say to yourself, well, you've missed that chance, you just have to carve out another one. You move on to the next challenge quicker than you would against someone else potentially. I always used to feel at ease when I played Phil. I felt at ease when I played against Michael because you knew that if you made mistakes, you had nobody else to blame. And you just had to knuckle under and get as much out of the game as you possibly could.
99.
Well, Dobey's with him in the scoring stakes in this match, and if he can weigh in with a couple of trebles here, he'll put some pressure on this 110.
100.
It's not bad, but he still has to hope that Michael makes a mistake. That's ominous. Double 16. And every single dart there was millimetre perfect. A great first start, a central single, and right in the middle of the plate.
94.
With 32 as well. That was a textbook 110.
Well, Van Gerwen returned to action by winning
100.
the first Summer Series event. Was disappointed with his performance yesterday in defeat to Mike Kyvenhoven in the third round, but he's back with a vengeance this afternoon.
Yeah, he didn't play well against Kyvenhoven yesterday, and this is the first time I've watched him since.
139.
A very, very different player as he goes for the switch on dart number 6 and misses the opportunity to leave 144.
I tell you what, he's been after that 9-darter, hasn't he, all week, Michael Van Gerwen? 5 perfect darts from MVG
58.
at the start of this leg, and it might take Dobey to sink the big fish to win it.
Well, you can't accuse Chris Dobey of being short on that second 60 attempt. He gave it every chance. Gets plan B to leave 36, but has to hope that Michael doesn't do it again on double 11. Oh, how good is that?
He never misses. Let's all go home. We know what's going to happen. Michael Van Gerwen follows the 110 with a sublime 124, and Chris Dobey, well, he can afford himself a little smile.
60.
I was about to say he doesn't know what's hit him, but he knows exactly what's hit him, and it is that Dutch juggernaut, the Green Machine MVG.
Absolutely knows what's hit him, and that was the Shane Burgess moment, wasn't it? Well, you do get chances like 161, 170. That was the only chance he got.
And here we see the point that you made, Paul. Dobey now relaxing, and all of a sudden conjures up a 177.
He has hit a 9 on the stream against Dave Prinz
100
last year when he was 5-3 down and he won the last 3 legs, and the last leg was a 9.
96.
He's going to have to be pretty much perfect from here, is Chris. £2,250, of course, for this stage, but he needs so much more than that if he wants to get that spot in the match play.
He's never beaten Michael Van Gerwen, Chris Dobey. Came the closest he ever has in a meeting in a quarter-final on the floor earlier this year. Wants the bull here for a break of throw, and I tell you what, we were writing the script as if this was all done and dusted, but Dobey has got other ideas.
Well, Ryan Joyce was saying yesterday in his victory speech
57
that he firmly believes that Dobey will be a top 4 player. Well, there's evidence of the ability of this fella from Northumberland,
46
from that darting hotbed of Bedlington, which has produced some phenomenal talent over the years.
58.
Just going with Michael Van Gerwen in terms of standard, the average is very similar. Going into this leg, both of them around 105, 106.
You get the feeling that if Chris wants to take the next step with his career, he might actually benefit from spending some time with someone like Michael and put in some really big sessions at this standard.
140.
You can see the aggression, the focus, the will to win on Michael van Gerwen's face, and I think that's what you're getting at a little bit, Paul, isn't it? Is Chris Dobey a little bit too nice at the moment?
No, I don't think so. I think he desperately wants to win this game and beat MVG, but he's doing it in his own way. He's not an aggressive player unless he gets backed into a corner. We saw a little bit of aggression from him against Ron Meulenkamp in the Worlds. Double 16. Now double 8. Those misses are huge. Now Dobey has to strike, but this is only for a hold.
These are the chances you simply have to take, and Chris Dobey has taken it this time, and we do still have a game on our hands, and a brilliant game it is as well. 105 average apiece.
100
and rising.
It's something you can recite to yourself if you are an opponent of a very good player, or any player for that matter. You say to yourself, if you miss, I will hit. Say that to yourself before you go to the hockey after they miss. You miss, I hit. It's positive thinking.
Well, that mantra just worked for Dobey there, because Van Gerwen missed one dart at the treble 20, hit the other two. Chris Dobey hit all three. If he finds another one, it's not a bad turn, that, because Van Gerwen only managed to score 58 in his previous visit.
Gets two treble 19s, but misses the other one. And now Dobey has 6 from 202. This is a big opportunity. What an aggressive dart that is, because he should have gone 25 in bull. And now he has a better chance than if he had hit the 25.
150.
And now he has to hit the 62.
Well, what a response from MVG. Again, a chance he has to take. 34. That's in. It's 2 darts at his favourite double to deny Michael van Gerwen a go at it, and all of a sudden Chris Dobey has taken control of this match.
No matter what happens from here, you have to pay tribute to the fighting skills of Hollywood, because a lesser player would have been toast by now.
130.
MVG is in full beast mode, with possibly one turner of the screw left in the tank, but Dobey is living with him.
180.
Racks up another maximum.
134.
He's the aggressor in the match right now. Van Gerwen's not doing much wrong, but Dobey is hammering in the big scores. That was his 15th 180 of the afternoon.
78.
Well, they're both absolutely caning that 57.
$99.
Dobey has a great chance here, but he has to take this in 6. Really awkward. Did the right thing by going for the 18s there, but that is a really, really bad visit. He wanted so much more, but Van Gerwen for tops. Oh,
114.
So close.
I was going to ask you, when you said Dobey has to take this in 6, I was going to ask you the question, do you think he'll get 6? He almost didn't. He's not going to take it in 6, and Van Gerwen will be back to wrestle back the impetus in this brilliant quarter-final.
It's gone really fast.
Game shot.
And Van Gerwen is in control now. What a game. Breathless stuff.
He's just come off the back of 107 average in his last 16 win against James Wade, has Michael van Gerwen. He's playing around that 92 standard again in this one. Chris Dobey has stayed with him, but has to break here and then hold to record his first ever win against the world number 1.
180.
He's like a nettle sting sometimes, as Chris Dobey just doesn't go away. The amount of ability
60.
that he has, I don't think we've seen the best of him, but we are seeing flickers of what he can do. He can live with the best
100.
players on this planet. 2 dynamite legs, could find his way into the semis, but it depends on what Michael does.
Dobey has a golden opportunity here to force a last leg shootout.
65.
Confident dart.
eliminates the bull from the out. And he has to take it.
180.
What a timed 180. 2 bits of lipstick for another. That. Northeast corner.
138.
Could be the last start he throws.
Mesmerising stuff. The 25 before to leave the 156. He fancied it. He couldn't take it.
Game shot. And the match, Michael.
And he has been taken out by the world number 1. What a game of darts. Michael van Gerwen, a thumbs up for Chris Dobey, shows his respect. 2 players going at it at their very, very best. Both averaging 106. But as it is so often, it's Michael van Gerwen who gets over the line